But you actually have guys who will straight up tell you, look, I don't want to be with you like that. I'm just trying to do my thing, and you still mess with them. You understand what I'm saying? So you have to realize that you need to actually go out there and understand how men are, understand that you should not be out here fucking with dudes who you know in the long run is not going to be the type of guy that's going to give you what you want. And but the most important thing, the most important thing for you ladies to understand is you have to be realistic in what you're looking for, and you have to understand how men really are. Like, it's just that combination will help you. You have to understand what men like. You have to understand how men are gonna respond to you, you know, when you do certain things. You gotta understand first yourself and what type of guy you want. You understand? Because you have a lot of women out here who think, okay, well, I can't fuck a guy because he's not gonna respect me and all this other bullshit, right? Now, let me say this. You know, really need to say this shit because it pisses me off, and this is a lot. Really, it's really the guy's fault when this shit happens. Okay, because you have a lot of guys out here who go on that I'm not going to wife up a girl who fucks a lot of guys or who fucked a lot of guys, or if she fucks me on the first date, I'm not gonna wife her up. Let me tell you right now, that is bullshit. It's bullshit. I know personally hundreds of dudes who's wifed girls up who they fucked on the first day, first week. You understand what I'm saying? Because you have, this is the thing. You have a lot of guys out here who are not players, who do not know how to like talk to women, who get women solely based off a hookup between a friend and a friend, like, you know, oh, this was my friend's friend, and you know, they introduced us at a party, and then yeah, they was kicking it or whatever. You don't have guys out here who are out here, you know, banging a whole bunch of chicks. Like if if there's five dudes, five friends, right? Usually one out of those five friends is the guy who's banging a whole bunch of girls. The rest of them ain't really getting it like that. You understand what I'm saying? So when a guy meets a woman and she's showing him attention and she's got to give him some pussy. Now think about this. Men, we think logically. We're about the path of least resistance. We're about trying to do things that are going to benefit us. You understand what I'm saying? Fuck all this. Oh, a man wants what he can't have, and he's trying to chase all this other bullshit and whatever, right? Now you have guys who are like that, but those are usually the guys who love playing the game and who are players and all that other stuff, and they don't, you know, they'll do that. Some of them, but if you have your average dude who meets a chick who he thinks is hot, and she likes him, and she wants to give him pussy, he's gonna take the pussy and he's gonna want to see her again. Why? Because he wants more pussy, and he's gonna start to like her for the fact that she's giving him pussy. You understand what I'm saying? So this whole, oh, a guy's not gonna wife you up because you had sex, and don't listen to that bullshit. So if you like having sex, and don't be, you know, don't feel a way about that, because that that in within itself fucks up a lot of things for you ladies, because you start to second guess yourself and question yourself, and then that energy comes out while you're interacting with guys, and then it kind of makes the interactions awkward, and then it kind of, you know, hurts your chances with dudes. You understand what I'm saying? It's really that crazy. So first understand yourself, then be realistic. So what I'm saying by being realistic is that, like, you ladies, you go on these dating websites and you're like, oh, I need a guy who's 6'5", he has to make $300,000 a year, and you have to look like George Clooney or some stupid shit, right? Like, I'm not saying not don't get what you want, you understand, but be more broad and narrow that shit down. So you can say, look, I want a good looking guy. He don't gotta look like George Clooney. He could just be good looking. Fine. That's you broaden your spectrum, right? And you say, okay, instead of saying he needs to have $300,000 a year, make $300,000 a year, just be like, look, he has to have a job and doing something for himself. You know what I mean? Like, so you're broadening your shit out. You see what I'm saying? Like, because when you keep narrowing shit too small, it's like it's making it harder for you to find somebody, because you might have a perfect guy standing right in front of your face, but you're like, oh no, he's not tall enough. He needs to be 6'5" and he's only 6 foot. Like, what kind of shit is that? So you're missing out on the dude. And like I was saying earlier, is date a number of different men, date a number of different guys. It's really that, because the guy that you want might not want you like that. Like, I don't know how this never came across to women's minds. The guy you want might not want you the same way. So now, when he's fucked you and left, you're sitting there like, damn, fuck guys. That's just how. You're like, men ain't shit, man. These fucking guys, all they want is sex, and they lie and they cheat, blah, 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 blah. Right? But you didn't open your options, because if you had 3 or 4 or 5 guys you were dating, then you can compare and contrast. You can be like, okay, well, this guy was, being a dick, but this guy, he's being cool. I like him. He's showing me things that I like to happen, and this guy's not. Let's cut off this guy and go with this guy, instead of just focusing on one guy and trying to make him out to be something that he's not. And when he's everything that you didn't expect, now you're mad, and now you're mad at all men. You know what I'm saying? It's really that simple. And a lot of, and what it's like. And the thing is that you have to be realistic with what you're expecting. Like that, like earlier when I was saying that the lady was talking about, oh, I'm gonna cut off a guy if he doesn't call me. He needs to text me. If he doesn't text me, I'm gonna cut him off. Like, or I've heard women say like, oh, if a guy doesn't pay for everything on the first date, I'm never gonna call him again. Or if a guy doesn't open my door, I'm not gonna speak to him. Or if a guy's not making this amount of money, I'm not gonna speak to him. If a guy's not this tall, I'm not gonna speak to him. If a guy doesn't like puppies, I'm not gonna speak to him. Like, the list fucking goes on. You understand what I'm saying? And a lot of times, what you ladies do is that you ask for things that go against a man's uh, uh, basic nature. That go against a man, like how a man really is. So you'll say some sensitive shit that you expect the guy to be, and the guys aren't sensitive like that. Guys are sensitive too, but it's not the way that you ladies. You're like, oh well, he needs to be able to do this and do that, and I'm like, no, that's woman shit, man. That's like if a dude said, generally speaking, because I advocate for women to approach men, but we all know that in society, women are not doing that to a big degree. So it's safe to say that, okay, most women are not going to approach men. So that's like if a man is saying, look, I'm not dating no chicks. I ain't dating no woman unless she approaches me. Unless a woman approaches me, I'm not going out on a date with her. I ain't talking to no girls unless they approach me. How many dates you think that guy's gonna have? You understand what I'm saying? So it's the same way where when sometimes you'll put these unrealistic expectations on a man, and act and expect them to do things that are contrary to what a guy wants to do. Like, a guy first meets you and you expect him, you're like, oh, I only want you to date me, and if you're not only dating me, then I don't want to fuck with you. I should be the only one you're dating. I'm like, what? I just met you. This is our first date. I don't even know you like that yet. So I'm supposed to cut off my whole life for you, who I have no idea that I'm even feeling you like that, or no idea that this is gonna work yet. Like, why would I do that? You understand? We're not thinking that way. So that goes to, understanding men. There's a lot of things ladies need to understand when it comes to men. You have to understand the dudes.